Hey Ed, how you doing today?
I'm good, thanks.
So glad that you can show up with the show.
Well, it's going to be a good show.
We got a wonderful show. Folks, I'm Ernie Rodina.
And I'm Ed Adams.
Welcome to the Better Horses TV show. Ed, tell us a little bit about who we got on the show.
Well, today we're going to get our fourth tip from Ashley Purdin, and she's going to give us the tips on how to side pass.
Then we had a chance to go down to Uniontown, Kansas to a good friend of mine, Wayne Hall, and his wife, Julie, and along with his grandson, Cody. You see that this guy's the real deal. Him and his family, they ranch, they're cattlemen, horsemen, and you get a chance to see some really nice colts and what they're doing down there in Uniontown.
You know, and then we're going to head down to Texas, and we're going to learn about how to tie to a hitching post. Craig Cameron is going to give us some education on slip knots.
Then, how about our hearty grub? We're going to be doing an old-fashioned, we're talking about a shrimp boil that you're really going to love with Chef Taylor. You're going to love that with all the trimmings. It was unbelievable.
And we promise, this is going to be an episode you're really going to enjoy.
So go get yourself a cup of coffee, come on back and join us for Better Horses TV. You're going to love it.
In a natural, free-roaming situation, horses graze nearly constantly throughout the day and night. When feeding horses in stables, it's ideal to try to mimic this feeding behavior. Horses in stabled conditions should be fed their hay so they can pick at it continuously between feedings. Visit our website at stanleyforage.com under Nutrition, then Nutritional Resources to help transition your horse from winter to spring in the coming weeks.
Hey folks, it's so good to be with you again today. You know, I don't know what you're doing right now and what you've been through this week, but I do know this. We're all working people, aren't we? And we do that because we need to make a living for our families. It's just what we do. We are a people of labor. Well, the Bible says this, that when we work, that we should work for the Lord and not for men. If we could just have that attitude of working for the Lord, just think, would we work a little bit harder? Would we work a little bit longer? Would we do it with a little bit more joy in our hearts? Because really, going to work is not a fun thing. Saying I got a job and I got to go to work, that's nothing that any of us want to say, even though we're grateful that we have it. But maybe we have a change of heart and a change of attitude in working for the Lord instead of for the world. Hey, this is Steve Stafford. I'm the pastor at Risen Ranch Cowboy Church and a very proud member of the Better Horses family.
Back in the saddle and out on the trail with Ernie the horse guy, now fun will prevail. We'll meet the best horsemen under the sun. Tip our hats to the ladies, keep the good Lord number one. Ride along, sing your song. Along with better horses, we're right where we belong. Faith and love from up above. The best of the good life's yet to come.
You care about your animals and feeding them the best. And that's where Purina's local Kansas City dealers step in, providing you experience, knowledge, service, and advice. Purina feed dealers are people who believe in community involvement and who believe in you. They have a passion for the feed industry and are committed to helping customers unlock the potential of every animal. If you are looking for a trusted source for your animals, look no further than your local Purina feed dealer, your partner in animal care.
Welcome to Better Horses. I'm Ashley Purdin with Equus Corrido Equine Center, and today we're going to talk about side passing over poles. I'm going to use this little 3-year-old mare here. This is Socks. She's one of my sponsor horses. Double C Quarter Horses has provided her for today. And we are going to be working on different aspects of working on side passing over poles, from position of your horse to position of your leg, position of your hands, and some different strategies that will help it go smoothly. So I'm riding Socks in a snaffle bit today, so I will be riding her two-handed on this obstacle. You can do this two-handed, or you could ride it in a shank bit one-handed. When we approach the obstacle here, I'm going to make sure before I ask her to side pass that I have her in a good body position. And when I look down at that pole, I want that pole to be directly behind my leg. It really should line up more with my back cinch. A lot of riders, when they start this exercise, will want to see that pole in front of them. I think it's just because it's easier for them to see. And they'll line their horse's front feet up with it. And you can just see what would happen if I asked her to go straight sideways from here, that she would step right on top of that pole. So instead, I'm going to give my horse a chance to get this right by stepping her in the correct position before I even begin. The second thing I want you guys to really think about is making sure you don't have too much bend in your horse when you're side passing. So I'm going to push her sideways. I'm going to be using my right leg between my two cinches. So it'll be just about halfway between my front cinch and back cinch. I'm going to press with that leg, and at the same time, I'm just going to hold her head and neck straight. I'm not going to try to bend her way to the right. I'm really going to try to keep her head and neck straight. And slow and steady is the deal on this obstacle. I'd rather you be in control of every step than let your horse anticipate and go fast. So I'm going to let her stop and pause every so often as we go across here, just so that she knows that that might happen. And I like to, when I stop and pause, to give her a nice loose rein so that she can really think about what we're doing. So you can see I'm getting close to the corner here. I'm going to need room for her front feet to cross over so we can pivot around this corner. Here's another positioning issue that I see a lot. A lot of times, and I'll go ahead and back her so you can see what happens. A lot of times when people arrive to this corner, they end up about here. And now you can just see, I'll go ahead and do it so you guys can see what happens. I'm going to ask her to move her front feet over. See how we just stepped all over the poles? So instead, what I would like to see you do is have her back feet closer to that corner. And then I'm going to be pushing my right leg closer to my front cinch on that corner. There's plenty of room that time for her to cross her front feet over and make that corner clean. And then again, now you can see my leg a little better. I'm going to be pushing between my front and back cinch and asking her to side pass off the rest of that pole, keeping her head and neck pretty straight. At the end, I'm just going to give her a loose rein and stand her here. This is another thing I see a lot that I think builds anxiety with horses on doing a side pass, is that the rider will just directly leave afterwards. It's like they just run off and do something else. And I want you to give your horse a chance to soak on this and think about it so that everything is just kind of one step at a time, slow and steady. So then when we put all of it together, it's not that I never ask for it all in one piece or a little faster, but when I do, Socks is waiting on me to stop. I can make little adjustments. I can get around the corner clean. And I still have that option at the end to stop and sit, and she's not anticipating that we're going to walk off. I'm Ashley Purdin. This is Better Horses TV. We'll see you guys next time.
Hey folks, don't go anywhere. We've got more Better Horses coming to you right after this from our sponsors.
No matter what discipline of riding you do, training, showing, and everyday stress is hard on your horse's legs. Decra Veterinary Products is a leading lameness company that brought you Osphos. Osphos is a clodronate injection, an intramuscular bisphosphonate to help control the clinical signs of navicular syndrome in horses 4 years and older. Ask your veterinarian if Osphos is right for your horse. Decra Veterinary Products is a proud sponsor of The American.
When you're a barrel racer, there are so many things that can bother a horse. Just eliminating the back issues is a huge advantage. After using a CSI saddle pad, my horses have improved by having minimal to no soreness across their back. The saddles stay put where they're supposed to be. I feel like using a CSI saddle pad has given me an advantage over other girls because I know that my horse is feeling good, that saddle's not bothering him. If you're looking for a new saddle pad, invest in a CSI. It's worth the investment.
Welcome to the H-Cross Ranch. I'm Ernie Rodina, and I'm here with Wayne Hall and his lovely wife Julie and grandson Brock. Thanks for inviting better horses down here.
You bet. Glad to have you, Ernie.
Well, you know, we go back a long time, Wayne, and this ranch here is just down by Uniontown, which is the south about, what do you figure, 100 miles south of Kansas City?
About 100, yep, about what it is.
Tell us about your operation. When I knew you, you were predominantly cattle, but you got a heck of a horse operation going on right now.
Yeah, we, a few years ago, about 15 years ago, we started buying some mares and stuff, and we got to raising colts and stuff, and cut back on the cattle. It's hard to lease land to run very many cows, and so we cut back, and the horses, we kind of got room for them, and we still run the cows, so we have a reason for the horses.
I'm here with Julie. I call you the marketing manager because you put this all together, and you do a lot of marketing with these colts all over the country.
Yep, we sure do, and we can't do it without, good riders to help us get them started.
And this guy's our third generation.
Yes, sir.
We're talking about Brock Hall. Brock, tell you what, tell us a little bit about these horses that you're riding.
I get a lot of them in as yearlings, and we start them right out here, ride them out. We've got a good place to ride them outside, and when they're ready for it, we go do work on them, actually show them some cattle and rope on them, rodeo on them if we get them ready. About everything we can do with them.
Let's talk a little bit about the bloodlines of these horses. You stand 3 studs, right?
Yes, right now we've got 3. Our older stud now is a Playgun bred horse. Our mares predominantly that we started out with were Watch Joe Jack mares, which goes back to Eye Jack. We've branched off and got some other bloodlines in them now. We've got some Goldfingers and Tangery Gin, and there's a Prinkling Hancock, not much anymore. We used to have a lot of Hancock bred horses, but not much anymore. So,
tell us about your market out there. As you're saying, you sell them clear up in northern states all around and everything. Let's talk about your market. I imagine there's an awful demand for good geldings.
Yeah, there seems to be. The ones that are really ready to go on to the arena, you can kind of get a price out of them. There's a lot of mediocre horses, mediocre prices, but the really good horses, you can sell pretty good. Judy gets on a lot of Facebook and stuff and puts them on the internet, and we've sold a lot of them that way from Maine to, I guess, California. Minnesota, yeah.
North Dakota, South Dakota, Arkansas, Texas.
Well, I want to ask you about your marketing deal. Let's talk about your marketing horses, because we have a lot of viewers out there that have horses, and you're real successful at marketing. Let's talk about how you do that.
Honesty.
Honesty?
That's the first thing. You got to have honesty.
Yeah.
You got to have a good foundation on your horses.
Good foundation. So you must sell them with a pretty good guarantee.
Oh, yeah, we'll buy them back.
That it can't be much better than that.
Yeah, not saying, we got people that, trail riders, you got ranch people. They're from one end to the other that they want to ride them. We've got a gentleman that's in North Dakota. He's getting ready to buy 2 more colts. He bought 1 last year. He's getting ready to buy 2 more this year.
So you have colts for sale at all different sizes and everything, ages,
Yeah, when we started out, our mare brand was young, and we didn't know what we was raising. We didn't want to sell a bunch of pukes into the country, and so we've kept them back and got 6-year-olds now that that we raised and riding and found out what they'll do. And so I'm confident in them now that we can sell them babies and put a guarantee on them even. So
your broke horses are, I take it, at all different ages?
Yes, yeah, we've got everything from 15 down.
Wow. Well, that's good. I've come in here, I even seen a couple ponies. I bet you the grandkids got their claim on them.
Yeah, she's got a couple little granddaughters that think they're theirs.
Well, I tell you what, if folks want to get a hold of the H-Cross Ranch and talk about buying these horses, and we're going to get a chance to see some of them, around here, what's the best way to go?
Oh, she's on the Facebook deal. We got I don't know what your...
I got an email, I got Facebook. It's under Julia Wayne Hall, H-Cross Quarter Horses. We've got an email. It's hcattle2008 hotmail.com. They can call him.
Just get on the telephone.
Get
on the telephone. Give us a call.
Brock, I tell you what, you ride about how many a day are you riding?
Right now, I think we got 14 riding every day. Just got some more and about to get some more. So Pretty busy.
So you keep you busy and keep him tired like a lot of the horses.
That's right, keep you out of trouble.
Yeah, but I tell you what, we really appreciate you letting us come out here, see this and beautiful place you have here, and the colts that we got a chance to see up, just really nice and everything from that standpoint.
Thank you for coming, Ernie. We appreciate you coming.
Thanks, and for folks, again, the H Cross Ranch down here at Uniontown, Kansas, you need to check it out. Just about maybe an hour and 15 hour, 20-minute drive from Kansas City. Some really nice horses, and Wayne and I go back a lot of years. I know close to 40 years as far as what we did, and you know, I've always been a great hand with horses, and along with your boys, and now your grandson.
Yeah, I'm pretty proud of this grandson here.
Yeah, I bet so. Well, I tell you what, don't wear him out.
Okay, all right, we'll try to keep him live.
Thank you guys for tuning in to Better Horses TV. Whoa, partner. Hey, we're going to be right back with more Better Horses TV.
It's time to go with United Mosquito and Fly Control's premier fly system for fly control in your barn, providing relief for horses from the stress of fighting flies, and also makes the barn more pleasant for everyone in the barn. Easy, effective, and safe. With United Mosquito and Fly Control, we provide a full service. You as the barn owner don't have to do anything. We go everywhere and take care of everything with our friendly fast service. Call today at 913-558-3814 or email Paul at unitedmosquito.com.
Good afternoon, Craig Cameron here, coming to you from the old Double Horn Ranch. It seems like I'm always reporting from the Double Horn Ranch, but I am actually on the road quite a bit. So when I get here, we try to do a little dab of filming, and I've been having people ask me quite a bit, Craig, could you show me some of those knots? What are your favorite knots? When do you use them? Why do you use them? So I'm going to show you a couple right here and right now. And probably the knot that I use the most, and I think every cowboy, every horseman, every stockman, every rancher really does need to know how to tie a bowline knot. So a bowline knot, a lot of these knots came from the seas, the Navy, that type of thing. And so let me show you the bowline knot, how it works, why I use it, how to use it. The beauty of a bowline knot is it doesn't slip. I would say 90% of the people I watch tie their horses use a slip knot. What's wrong with a slip knot? Well, it's right there in the word. It slips. And where does it slip? When a 1,000-pound horse sits back, it slips up against whatever you got tied to. So if it's a gate or a pipe fence like this, there's no give in that pipe fence. And man, when it tightens down, you can't get, that's how you get it undone. Boom, right there. So one of these good ropes like this yachting braid lead line, they're expensive. We don't want to be cutting them. So the bowline knot is not going to slip. The knot itself might tighten up, but because it's not up against something hard, you can always get in there, work it around, get it loose. So let me show you, I'm going to show you a couple types of bowline. This is a true bowline. Here, watch this now. Like the horse would be on this end over here. So I'm going to make a hole just like that. Pretty simple. Drop the tail through the hole. That's easy enough. Now, I'm going to take that same tail, look, right here between this X. Go back and feed it back through the same hole. Now I'm going to pull it down. Remember, every knot you're going to have to pull down. And you can daisy chain. Daisy chain is just hopefully keep the horse from undoing the knot. Now, that horse can pull all day on that. And because it's a bowline, this might tighten, but it'll never get up against that pipe where you can't get it undone. One more time, I'm going to show you what I call a true bowline. See how I'm having to pull it out from the hole here. And remember, when you tie a horse, ideally, if you could, you don't want to ever tie it to something that moves, like a gate, or I've seen people tie them to barbecue pits and wheelbarrows, and boy, that's a wreck just begging to happen. And try to tie at least withers high or higher. So here we go, true bowline one more time. Make the hole. Drop the tail through the hole. Come back behind, feed it through the hole, and pull it down right there. So when I want to do it, I just pull it loose and pull it out the hole, and I'm on my way. That's darn good not to know. It won't tighten up on a horse's neck if you had to go around, or a cow or anything like that. That's a bowline knot. Next time I'm going to show you what I call a better bowline.
Hey, don't touch that remote. There's more Better Horses TV coming back after this word from our sponsors.
What do you get when you bring together one of the biggest names in veterinary medicine with one of the most caring and committed teams of horse health experts in the industry? You get a vaccine portfolio known for its quality and safety, a pharmaceutical line you can rely on to help manage pain and support performance. You get the products, programs, and people of Merck Animal Health.
Hardy Grub, Princeton, Kansas, and we're talking shrimp boil. And here with Chef Tail Mark, and we got something really special for our audience, Mark. I'm going to let you talk about it.
Oh yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun. We're out here in the open prairie. Instead of cooking steaks or hamburgers or whatever we used to do, we got Brian Chansey to come down and do us a shrimp boil.
Is it shrimp or is it crawdads?
Well, they look like miniature lobsters. Did you see the size of them things? They're going to be really cool.
Well, what a great idea, Mark, for a Hardy Grub after a trail ride or whatever it may be.
Oh yeah, this would work great. We need to do this and cook instead of cooking steak sometimes. It'd be a lot easier. We just call George and say, "Hey George, let's do some shrimp boil."
I'm up.
There you go.
Let's talk about with George a little bit how you got this thing started. This is one of 3 you had this year.
Just had a trip to Louisiana, brought some shrimp back, decided to have a boil for some friends, and done a few of them and kind of evolved from there.
It's pretty easy to do.
It's easy, you can't make a mistake.
You're mixing a bunch of stuff in it there right at first. We'll talk a little bit about that.
Season the water to start with. Brian,
Season the water, cayenne, virgin olive oil, Louisiana Louisiana hot sauce.
A lot of cayenne pepper.
6 ounces of cayenne pepper and 20 gallons of water, and a few other Tabasco, etc.
And it looks like you're using a giant turkey cooker, but this is built for shrimp oils.
It's a little bit bigger. It's a 30-gallon cooker.
30 gallons,
actually.
you got 20 gallons of water.
And 20 psi regulator to get that propane to be able to heat all that.
So to start with, we put in the potatoes, onions, garlic. Man, there's one other thing we dropped in there, wasn't there?
No, that was it.
Okay, and then the next go around, as soon as you got to get a little time on them, then we're going to dump the shrimp.
We're going to dump the corn in.
Oh, that's
corn
going
and
to take
sausage and peppers.
Okay, and then the last thing goes into the shrimp. And they don't take very long.
Doesn't take but just a minute.
And you know what's really neat, we're doing this at part of your brother's operation.
Oh yeah, this is Brother Scott's house. Beautiful place.
Place right down here in Princeton, Kansas. Really neat ground. Like I said, we got a big trail ride scheduled in about a month.
Yeah, if we catch any fish, we'll do fish fries. If not, we're going to cook hamburgers and hot dogs.
We might do a shrimp boil.
We could. We're going to do dessert in a little bit. Other people bought dessert, so I'm going to grill some pineapples and going to make a brown butter sauce to go over them. It'll be awesome. We'll try it in a little bit.
So I'll tell you what, stay tuned. We still got more of the Princeton, Kansas shrimp boil going on right now. Welcome to Better Horses TV.
One of the questions we get asked a lot is, can the CSI pad be used with a treeless saddle? It absolutely can be. The only difference is going to be, we have that 2.5-inch contour in our pad, and a lot of the treeless saddles only have a 1-inch contour. So normally I tell people about 3 fingers is where I want to see your saddle skirt end at, right in this area. With the treeless, I'm going to tell you to go back a full hand, because that's going to allow the contours to marry up better between the saddle and the saddle pad. Because if you're too far forward with your treeless saddle, it's going to want to push it down in the front end and pop it up in the back, and it's not going to look right. So just remember, move your saddle further back on the pad, but it's great with your treeless saddle, and it will help to eliminate the soreness the horses get, especially right across in here.
Mark, what a hearty grub tonight you did. Unbelievable. The shrimp boil, just great. Everything was good. I'll tell you what do you think?
I didn't have to do much is what I liked about it. Yeah. Thanks to Scott and Linda letting us use their house to do this, and especially thanks to Brian and Donna for doing the shrimp boil. That was awesome.
Tell them your rendition of the s'mores you did with those pineapples.
Well, we grilled some pineapples, sliced them up, and I make this brown butter balsamic glazed stuff with brown sugar in it to put over the top of them. They seem to kind of like them pretty good.
Really good. Had a great group. And this is Better Horses TV. And whether you're on a trail ride or a horse show, what a fun deal to do. We always fry burgers or hot dogs or whatever. But to do something like this with the shrimp boil, it was really something special. How about a big thanks to Brian Shanzy?
Oh, yeah, he did a wonderful job. I mean, just awesome. We need to do this for our fish fry instead of cooking fish.
It really was good. It was super. And the shrimp was some of the best shrimp that I've ever had. And what about our audience? Did they participate
we got
well?
Quite a crew going.
How about it, y'all folks back there? Give yourself a big round of applause. But this has just been a blast, and we, like I said, been a blast with Better Horses. And the horses are fun. The horses are fun and everything else, but it's the fellowship that really makes it all worthwhile.
They didn't get to hear this bunch sing, though. It was just awesome. When they did Home on the Range a while ago, we should get a rendition of that.
Well,
somewhere.
we're going to get a.
We can make a tape.
We're going to do that. We're going to wrap this up with a great group from down around Princeton, Ottawa, Garnett, you name, and Rantoul, and Lenexa. We had your folks from there. I tell you what, in that area, just great having them. And a lot of fun. We just love having you watch the show and support the show. And I think we ought to kind of use this group. This is kind of a horse type of an atmosphere. So I think we ought to close out this show with our choir from Rantoul, Kansas. A lot. We'll use that. And this is a way that we're going to close out. We want you all to have fun and stay tuned next week to Better Horses. But let's do it. Let's do a little Lawrence Welks. A one and a two and happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails.
John Deere is known for quality equipment. This quality has created a perception that John Deere is more expensive than other brands. But high quality doesn't mean high priced. The truth from buyers in our area is customers who have purchased a John Deere compact utility tractor saved more than $2,000. Dare to compare us before buying. You and your wallet will be surprised. Nothing runs as long as a Deere, and we'll prove it with our exclusive 10-year warranty. Visit heritagetractor.com/compare to learn more.